Well, hello everyone. Clay here. Just want to jump on here for just a few minutes and share of another simple little feature that I've added to my boat. I believe it's going to be a game changer. As you can see, I added a port access to my center console. All right, so and of course, if you got a Mako and you're like watching this, you may be thinking, okay, well the Mako 15's got plenty of storage, and you're right, but the reason I made this and installed it here is because up until now I've been storing my remote control for my trolling motor in a dry box in my locker compartment. And so I decided I wanted to do something that made it more convenient while on the water, and so this is what I come up with. So I done some measurements and everything. I figured that a 5-inch access port would work in this location, and as I got looking up underneath inside the console, I figured that it would, it wasn't going to be interfering with none of the switches and wires and stuff, and what I used to make the actual dry storage itself was a little a little 2.5 quart paint bucket, and I attached a little a rim on it with a piece of 3/4 inch plywood, and of course screwed it to the inside. Throughout this video I will show you the process, how all that kind of took place, but I really like it, man. I tell you, you could this little storage, let me get up in here. This little storage is real easy access, and I wanted it primarily for remote control, easy access up here on my console, and that works great. Also, while you're on the water, or while I'm on the water, or whatever, I can take wallets, somebody's got a watch, or they want to maybe put a phone. It'll hold a few things up in there, and then you could put your items up in there, and while you're out on the water, and close it up. Of course, it closes a little better than that. That's sometimes things. There we go. Close it up, and they're all good and secure and safe while you're out on the water, and until you get done. So yeah, I like this little feature. And stick around, and I'll show you the process of what I did to accomplish this, in case you may be interested in doing it as well. You could probably do this on a 17 or obviously the 19, but of course I got the 15, much smaller boat compared to the 17, so I'm kind of limited on where I could do something like this, but it accomplishes what I was looking for. And if you notice right here in the front, there's my new battery switch. I moved my battery. A previous video shows where I moved my battery to my console, but I left my switch behind in the compartment. And after doing that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to move that switch. So I bought a new switch, a small switch there, and run the wire, the hot wire to my console, and hooked everything up. And so yeah, so now I got my switch, I got my remote control right here at hand's reach on my console. I don't have to go dig for it where I usually store it. I don't know where maybe you store yours, while you're off the water, before during that time, but mine, being stored up front up there in that locker, I could have continued on doing it that way, but I wanted to do something different, and I put my mind to make this happen. And I tell you what, I like it. I do, and I hope, you know, if you like it, shoot, you know, throughout this video I'm going to show you how I did it. And if you have any questions, please shoot me a comment or something, you know, and I'd love to hear from you. But stick around. Like I said, I'm fixing to be showing the process of how it all works. But more than anything, you know, before it's all said and done, you know, if you haven't already liked this video, if you think it's, you know, quite interesting and informable or whatever, hit that like button, and share, and of course, if you haven't subscribed, please do. You know, I'll be adding a few other little videos about the boat. I got some ideas, but eventually I want to start adding, putting up some other cool videos. I got some really cool ideas that I'm real close to inshore and freshwater, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of both of that, and we'll see how that works out. But as of right now, I hope you enjoy what you see here, and hit that like button, and I thank you for your time. And stick around, and if you're interested in seeing how this thing played out, I will be going into it right now. So I found these 3 buckets. I got the one here, the plain one that's a gallon bucket, and it's like 7 1/4 inches tall. And I got this Frabble, and it's, I think, 7 inches tall, and it's the same diameter as my gallon bucket, which it's a bit bigger than the ring, so it would take up more space. I'm not sure about that, but I found this little paint bucket. It's a 2.5 quart paint bucket, and it's almost the same size as my ring. So I believe I'm going to go with that. And the space that I got to work with up under my, you know, inside my console, and plus I don't want to get in my lettering, my Pro-Skiff lettering. I want to stay above it. So I believe we're going to go with the 2.5 quart, and I think it's going to work fine. Let's do this. I'm trying to work with one hand here. So I mean, be able to store the trolling motor nicely, or if you want to, you know, after you take the trolling motor out and you get on the water, you want to throw your wallet in there. It's a little bit too small for a regular, you know, smartphone. It might hold one phone, but a couple of wallets it would, you know, easily hold. And then you can come back and, you know, put the cap on, and you'll be good to go. So, but yeah, I believe we're going to go with this bucket. So I got me went out to my shop and found me a piece of plywood. It's 3/4 inch birch plywood. I've already got a center hole for the most part, and screwed it on my worm screw on my lathe. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it to my bandsaw, and I'm going to take and just kind of cut it big, kind of large, you know, somewhat. Then I'm going to stick it on my I'm going to stick it on my lathe and shape it to the size I need. I'm first going to shape it to the outside diameter of this ring, because I want enough you know, wood there to be able to screw this to. I want to screw this to through my console onto here, and this is what's going to actually hold this in place on the inside of my console. You know, as I screw this through my console, through the plywood, and the ring that I'm going to cut out of the plywood is going to be, I'm going to have what I'm going to do on that, once I get the outside cut like I want it, this hole saw is the same OD of the saw here is 5.5 inches, and that's what I need for this to clear this ring, 5.5 inches. So I'm going to come back and cut this 5.5 inch hole out of the center, So I'll be left with this ring, and this ring I'm going to take it and put it inside my bucket. So it'll be like a ring on the inside of the top of the hole right there. And I'm going to probably put some small screws around the outside edge of it to hold it in place. But yeah, I think that's going to work. And let me go and do all this cutting, and I may throw a video or two, maybe a couple of minute video whenever I put it on my lathe, you know, to shape it up and everything, but we'll see. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, so this is what I got so far. I cut that ring out, got it on my lathe obviously, and I put a groove in it. I got it, I got the radius, right now the radius is the same outside diameter of this ring, or maybe just a little bit more, which that's okay. And my if I do this one-handed. So yeah, so this fits real snug. I'm gonna probably put it on, attach it maybe using you know, I may use 5200 adhesive, or I may use CA glue or something, you know, and glue this to the would-be ring. So yeah, so far that's how it's looking. So I'm going to take it off my lathe and go ahead and mount it maybe to something I could use to where I can cut take my radius saw blade and cut the diameter out of the ID out of it. Yeah, and then we'd be pretty much ready to kind of go forward with it. But anyways, I'll see you in a minute. So I clamped this circle to one of my drawers in my shop. Hopefully it'll hold up. It'll hold well enough I can get my hole cut in the center of it. So let's see what happens. Where's the battery? Let me put a better battery in it. Hopefully that's a better battery. Alright, let's finish this thing off. Boom! It's a little bit off, but it may still work. What you think? Now I need to glue this, and then oh yeah, what you think? Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. Yeah, let me get this phone on. I like the way this is turning out. Alright, so yeah, that's going to be mounted to the boat and have that little cubby hole right there. Alright, I'll see you in a few minutes. Alrighty, there's no turning back now. The hole is cut. Alright. I use this usually when I'm finding, like when I'm wood turning and stuff, like to find a center for on a log I'm turning. But anyways, I kind of figured out where I wanted my center to be. Again, I wanted it not to be down in my Pro-Skiff logo there. So far I like it. I like it where it is. So what did it kind of look like? Oh, here we go. Alright, so I think it's going to be nice. I'm going to line it up and get my hole pre-drill my holes, and yeah, let me show you what I did with the other, how I attached it. I'm letting it dry right now. I decided to go with 5200 marine adhesive, and I've already got my holes pre-drilled. I'm going to pre-drill them on the side there, so everything will line up. When I go to put it on, I have my son to help me line it up. But yeah, I think that 5200 is really going to, once it dries, it's going to really hold. It makes a mess, but it's good stuff. And that booger is going to go inside my boot, and then we'll be able to store our remote control. All right, so there you have it. So what you think? You know, what's your thoughts? Would you have done something like this? Would you have done something like that? I know it was a little nerve. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was nervous about it. You know, what if I cut the hole and it didn't work? You know, so I'd really done a lot of planning and make sure I had all my, I guess you can say, all my ducks in a row before I really pulled the trigger on that drill to cut that hole. But love to hear from you though. Love to hear your thoughts on it and everything. I tell you, my wife, my son, he said it was what he said. My son said it was sick. So I guess that means it's really cool, you know. So if he approves of it, I guess it's a good thing. But anyways, like and subscribe, please, and join us as we embark in this. This is a new adventure for us. We've just started this channel. I guess not even a month old yet, and so it's all new to us, and we're learning as we go. So my name's Clay. Clear to Me Videos. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.